Alright, so now you're wanting to join our square. You have one square and you're going to join your other square. So what you're going to do is you're going to start in a corner. Now I'm just going to chain one. So you'd put half your corner in. So do your 3 doubles. Then you're going to chain one. Now you're going to join it into this one's corner. Alright. I'm going to just come to where this chain space is, and I'm going to come underneath my work. So lift it up, and then you're coming underneath here, and you're going to just do a single crochet, and then you're going to chain another one. Then you're going to come back to this one and finish your corner. This is important, don't forget, because you can, as you're just going about, sometimes you forget that you've actually got to finish this corner. And when you join, you're literally going from the one side to the other. Okay, now I'm going to do 2 chain, 1, 2, and then I'm going to come into this first chain space. Next to your corner, the first chain space. Once again, come under and do a single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 2 again. Chain 2, and then I'm coming back to this one. And this is the one that's being worked on. I'm going to do a single crochet in there. Okay, chain 2. Come to the next chain space on this one, which is over here. So you go to that next one, single crochet, chain 2. Come back to this one and a single in your next. Chain 2. Come back to the opposite one over here. Single in there. Chain 2. Come back to your first one, single in here. Chain 2. Back to the opposite in the new chain space. Be careful, some of the mistakes you can do is to go into the same chain space. Be careful that you're not in the same one. Come back here, and I'll show you where you need to be ending for this to be correct. And then go in your next one on here. Let me take you back a bit so you can see. Chain 2, come back into this one. Okay, now when you've come into the one that's right next to the corner, you do have to have another one here next to your corner. Okay, so now you will be starting with chain 2 again. Your first corner needs to start in here. So the first 3 start in here. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you chain 1. In between your corners, your 3s is just 1, and then you can come into the center of this corner. Okay, chain 1, and then you finish your corner here. 1, whoops, 2, and 3, and then you just finish the rest of your square as normal. Okay. And now you would just keep doing your square as you normally do. Okay, finish your square and finish off like normal. But that's how you join your square. And as I say, you need to begin your square on this one. And then you only join it on once there. So that's very important. Then you know you've got the correct ones over here. Yeah, and be sure each of your sides have the correct, like my ending is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain spaces. And where you join yours, be sure you have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because this is also a bit of a problem area if you don't do this correctly there. But yeah, that's how you join your first one on. Then you would just make a strip. Yeah, I have 6 of these going around me. Okay, and I'm only joining 5 of them. So for example, that last one you have to join with each other. So here I've got a row of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, but I've left the last one off. So you can go ahead and make your strip one less than that. Okay, so because that last square I'm going to join onto this side and onto this side so that it becomes a round circle. Okay, so that's important. I'm going to show you how to join when you have your corner now. Well, I'm going to show you how to join more than one on. So yeah, so let me show you how to do that, and then we'll keep going. Alright, so now you can see that I have, these are my length, this is the length going this way, and this is the from the top to the bottom. I've got 3 going down. Now I need to get a square in here. So what you're going to do is, you've got 2 places to join. You have to join here and you have to join here. So you need to be sure that you have 2 full places on this square that you're going to be joining. Okay, so you've got to be sure that you have 2 full pieces here that can be joined in here, because you don't want to finish with a join on this, because this is only half a one. Okay, so this is very important. Don't join on where you've got half done. This is not going to be a joining row. You always have to have 1 row that's left that you can just finish with. Okay, so I can join with this. That's a full one and that's a full one. If you needed 3, then you'd have to be sure that you've got 3 full ones left. So here I need to join 1 here and 1 here. 1 spot there and 1 spot there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this like this, and I'm going to start joining over here. So once again I need a corner. So I'm going to, and the join is the same, it's just here that's a little different, and you're going to be joining 2 sides. So I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to go into this one, and go into, when you're joining these, go into the square you're joining's corner, not this one. Okay, you go into this one. So I'm going to go in there, and then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to complete my chain space here with 3. 1, 2, 3 doubles, chain 2, and now because I was on this side, I've got to go to the opposite one side, and I'm going in the first chain space. Chain 2, come into this one, chain 2, and be sure to go into a new chain space for each of these. None of them must be in the same. Chain 2, come in here, chain 2, go in the opposite one. You get used to doing this. It's just initially that it's a little tricky as to which one you're going into. This one, and then the opposite one, which is over here. 2, back into this one, and then chain 2. Now when you've come to this one, you've got to have 1 chain space left on this one. Okay, then you know that you've done it correctly. Chain 2, because I'm starting the corner here before I go into the corner of the opposite one. 1, 2, 3, and then it's chain 1. Then this, when you're joining the 2 corners together, you're going in here and in there and in here. Okay, you're going to be doing this, and I'll show you how. If you only have 2, you would do it with 2, but here you've got 3. So you're going to go into this first one, bring up a loop, go into the second one, and you're actually going in the chain space. You're going in the chain space between your doubles. Just bring it up like that, go into this one, and just bring it up. So you've got all 4 of them, and you're going to go through all of these at once. Okay, and that's just joining all of your corners together like that. Okay, let me show you once again. So you do your, let's bring it in a little closer. So you do your chain 1, and you go into this first corner here, go under, bring up a loop, and don't do anything else. Go into the next one, which is over there, go in there, bring up a loop, and go into your last one, bring up a loop, and then go through all of these. Okay, chain 1, come back to this first one and go in there with your 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Now you've got to do chain 1, and you're going back to that side. So chain 2, and then you're coming back to this one, so you can turn your work around. Oops, turn your work around, and now you've got to join this. So don't forget you've got to join this one. So you went through all of those, finished your corner, chain 2 because you're coming into this one now, and then you come into this one. And if you have more to do, it's the same concept. 2, and then come in here, 2, and then go into this one, chain 2, and then you keep going. Okay, I'm going to go to this corner and I'll meet you now. Okay, so I've coming into this last chain space here. So I know I've got to have one open on this side still, which I do. So I'll go into there, chain 2, and then I'm going to start this corner. So 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to chain 1. And then don't forget, you've got to join it onto this last corner. So you're just going to go in here, chain 1, and finish your 3. Forget to finish your corner. And then you're just going to go around as per normal. And then you're just going to keep going around. Chain 2, 3, 4 for your first corner. Single in there. Then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go in here. And just keep your motif going. And then you see we've joined it on this side, we joined it in the corner, and then we've joined it over there, and now I'm just going to finish my motif all the way around and finish off there. So those are the 2 joins. Now if you're just joining it on to the 1 again, you would just join, if you're coming from this side, you just join it on 1. But yeah, those are the only joins that you need to know until we get to our join where we're joining the 2 ends together with a motif. So once I get there, I'll meet you back again, and then I'll show you how to do that last join. Alright, so now we're going to be joining this one on to this one to make a round circle, circle for our top to join them. So you have your 2 here, and you're going to join this one onto here. So your best is to take your garment and flip it over so you have your 3 here. Okay, now I've already attached the first part of it, which is easy enough. So you just take this and you're going to join it on to this one. You're going to do this part, and then you're going to join this on to here, and then you're going to come and finish it here. That's as simple as this one gets. So I've come to this side, and now I've got to come into this corner here, and then finish this corner here. And I'm not going to do it all with you because you know how to join. And then I'm going to just work this side by itself, and then I'm going to join this one onto here. So I'm going to do this, and then I'll meet you. So I joined it on to that motif. I did this part here. Now we've got to come and join it onto, we have to now join it onto here. So you just do part of this one's corner, and then you're going to join it into just the one. Okay, and then you're going to chain 1, finish this corner, and then you're going to join this side. Now the next join is a little trickier, and then you just come along and finish this. So now I've joined it on there. So now this is totally attached as a circle. Okay, so I'm going to join it there, do my corner, and then I'm going to just finish this over there. Okay, then I'll show you when you do this one, you're working, you have to join three parts of your square now. So start with this side, join this on, join that one, and then you join this one, and then this is by itself, and this I'll show you that. Finish this one, and then I'll show you this one. You're going to start here, get to your corner, and then you're going to join this part onto the bottom. You're going to join this part onto here, and you're going to join this part onto here, and then you'll stop over here. So that's very important. Get to your first corner, join it at the bottom here, join this on here, join this on here, and then you've got your whole circle with 2 motifs down. So yeah, go ahead and do that. So then once you've got these 2 rows rounded off, you're going to just put a set of 3 on the back and a set of 3 on here, but you're not going to join them. You're not joining them. Okay, so 3 there, 3 here, and then for your back you're going to have another 3. Okay, so As I say, you join the bottom 2 for your back, put 3 on the back, join another 3 on there, okay, and then on your front you're going to put 3 on here, and then you're going to put 1 and 1 on, okay, and your front will have that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll meet you back here. Alright, so this is what you should be, this is what your top should be looking like. You have your 2 sets of motifs, and this is all one round. You've joined them all together. Okay, so you've got 3, 3, and it's joined over here. Then this is going to be your top part. So just make sure that you've got this all the way around. Now if you wanted yours longer, you could add another set. You could add another set of 6 or 3 for each side and make yours longer. But this is the length of mine. Then this is what you want for your top. You want to have a set of 3 for the back, and this over there. Okay, so once you've got that around, go ahead and put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5 for our back and the sleeve. Okay, so you should look like this with your 2 there, and then your just one layer of 4 and 4 over here. And this is what's going to flip over for our arms, for under our arms. And I'm going to show you how to join this motif now for this one and for there. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. And then what you got to do is you're going to put the one connected onto here, another plain one, and another one that's connected onto there. So this is going to be completed as well. Then for this one, this is part of our sleeve, you're going to put another motif here, another one there, and another one here, and another one there, so that you have this one left open. Okay, and when I've done that, I will show you. So I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what to do here. You flip this one up, and you're going to join this motif, which I'm going to show you now. We're going to join it onto here, so it looks like that. You're going to do another motif here, and then another one that joins onto there and here. Then that will be complete for the bottom part of the front. This is for the front, okay? And then we're going to put one in here, which is going to join onto here. One over here, it's going to join onto here. We're going to do another one over here, and then the same thing here. One here that joins onto there, and another one here that obviously joins onto here. That one would also join on there, joins on there, and this one is left open. And that's giving us our little opening for our neck. So you can go ahead and do that. As I said, I'm going to show you how to join this one, but the rest is simple. You just join these there to complete this, add one on, and you're going to be joining it onto here. Okay, so when you do this, when you join it here and you join it on there, not onto here, this is your sleeve. So you join it here and you join it on the top. Then you would join this, the one that you put on here, you would join it on there and onto the top, because this is becoming our shoulder now, okay, because then your top is done. So this one gets joined over here and on the top, not there because you've got to put your arm through. This one gets joined on the top and on here. Leave this one open, so you leave that center one and do the same thing here. This one will get crocheted on there and on there, this one on there and on there. Okay, and that's all that you need to know how to do it, and then I'll meet you back and show you. Okay, so I'm going to be putting on this motif onto this one. So where you have the 2, this is a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this part is, the bottom one is for our sleeve, which is here. This is the second one, and this is where we had our front and back, which is joined. Okay, so you got these two. This one flips up like that. Okay, that's for the under your arm. And then this we are going to join on. Let's just get rid of all these little tags. Now this one gets joined on onto here and onto here. Okay, so wherever you want to start, I'm going to go ahead and put mine on here first so you can see. So I've done my first part of my corner. It's the same join, and then I'm coming under this one, doing that and doing one. It's exactly the same as what you were doing. It's just the placement of your join that you need to know. the joins are all the same. Yeah, so then 1, 2, and I come onto this side. So I'm going to go ahead and just join this side here, and then when I get to the end of that cord, I'll come back. I'm just going to join it to here, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I've got it on this side. Okay, so I'm going to turn my top around a bit so that we can see here. Here, this is where we're going in. So I did this part of the corner, and I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to come into this corner. Now come in to all of these corners. This one, I'm going to come in here with 1, and then I'm going to come into this one. So all the corners that you're seeing, just do what I'm doing here. There's another one there. Just put them all on like that, and then you're going to do one clean swoop of them, and then there's one more here. So this one's got a bunch of them. They're 5 instead of 4, and then you're going to come through all of these like that, chain 1, and don't forget to finish this corner. So you want to come back to this corner. Okay, and now I'm finishing that corner over there. So it's just like that, and then you're going to work with joining this one and this one. So now I'm going to turn my top right around so I can work on it. Okay, so now I've got to come to the opposite side. So I'll do 1 there, and I'm going to 2, and then I'm going to come into the chain space that's right next to the corner. And now it's the same thing again. 1, 2, come into here, and now you just join like we have been. Top. So all I'm doing now is I'm just joining it onto this part here. So now all that I do is I join it on there, and then I have my motif halved over there, and this is joined on there. So it was joined on there and on here. And I'm going to go ahead and whichever way you want to work, if you want to put your other one up here, but when you put this one on, remember you must join it there. This just gets the 2. But yeah, so you can go ahead and do that. Do the same on the other side. So now I've got that one in. I'm going to put one in the middle. Obviously it gets joined onto here and onto here. And then this one will be done the same as this one. Flip it up, join on here, and the top one gets joined on there. And then yeah, just leave your center one open. You have one in the back, but you don't have it in the front. And then I'll meet you back once I've got mine. Okay, I just want to show you, I've got this one in, which is the corner. Then I've got that. Now I've got to put this one in with this corner over here. This, you're going to be attaching it to this side, and to this one pulled up here. Okay, so this is a bit of a tricky one, but it's the same concept. Do it on the very first. You do your half here, and then you start. So you're going to put it on there, you're going to put it on there, and on here. Okay, so that's quite a tricky one, but just be sure you know where you're attaching. Alright, so I want you to see that I've now got my sleeves in, and I've got this row in. So I've got my 2 here, I've got this part in with 1 attached to each of these, and now I'm going to be working on this last row, and I'll be putting 1 motif here, which is going to be attached there, not here, and then it's going to be attached over here. Very important, attach it there, not there, over here. Next one will be attached there, and attached there. This one you're going to leave open, and this is the same. Attach it here, and then this one will be attached here, here, and here, but not there. And I'm going to do that, and then I'll meet you. Alright, now once you have this on, your sleeves, and you've crocheted these on, so you just have 1 square open here. We're going to do the hoodie now. So you're going to go ahead and crochet a square on here onto this one, and 1 onto this one. Okay, so put 1 on there, 1 on here, and then I'm going to crochet 1 on here, which gets attached here and here. Okay, so it's now going to be crocheted on here. So I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to crochet this one. So I'm going to crochet this one on here, and on here. Okay, so you're going to do it on the 3 places. Okay, just so you know. So 1, 2, and 3. So it's kind of like this. You're doing it on here, and on here. Okay, so I would start by putting it on this one first. Yeah, it needs to be this way. So this is open, so I'm going to start by putting it on here, then I'm going to put it on here. So this one will go on there, this side will go on there, and this side will go on here. Okay, so it's starting to form like a hat. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you. Alright, so just so you can see, crocheting, be careful you're not doing it over here, you're doing it here. So you've got your neck over here. Alright, so I've got it on this one, so I've got it on the top part. Now I've got to do it on this part with the back. Okay, so now this piece goes there. So I'm just going to do this corner over here with your 3 doubles. So you come into the first corner and then into the next corner. So however many corners you have, that's what you're going into. Okay, and then come back, and then you're going to put this one on here, and then do that corner, and then put this side on here, and then just finish it like that. Now when you get to the corners, do as much of the corners as you can. So I've got one there, so I'm going to go in there, because it just makes it a bit tighter. There's one, that's 2, there's one, that's 3, and this one makes 4. So when you do those corners, get as much of the corner in as you can. It, like I say, it just makes it a bit more secure. And then this one is going to go on here. Then I've just gone all the way around. So just do your hat and then do those 3, and I'll meet you back. Now once you've got your 3 motifs on by your neck, you want to put the middle one on. Just one middle one. I've got it upside down. Just there your 3 for on your neck. Take your middle one, start half of it, and just put the one part on. So in other words, just crochet this part on, and then I'll meet you back. So go ahead, do this, put this part on, and then I'll meet you back now. Okay, so I'm putting the corner, I've got to the corner of that one, and I'm going to go into this one's corner over here, and I'm going to complete this corner. Okay, now what you're going to do, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So you've just got the middle one in there, your 3, you've got this middle one in. You're going to fold it over. Okay, so your collar is folded over like this. Okay, now you're now going to come up. This is a little bit tricky, but just work with it. Come up here all by itself until you get to this section here, because this one has to be folded over like this. Okay, so I'm going to come up here, and I'll meet you now. So I'm just going to work up, and I'll meet you back here now. Okay, so I've come up. I've come up to this first corner. Now, this is where we're wanting to join this and this onto each other. So you're going to just go, you're going to do half of them first. So you should have one there, one there. You're going to come up to this one, and then we're going to join these 2. So I'm going to work to this one, okay, which is your middle one, which is that 3rd one. So do your corner and just come up to this one. I'll do it with you. So 1, 2, 3, so regular corner. Where you fold your square over. I'm just showing you that part. Don't worry that my square is not on my garment. I just wanted to show you this clearly, what you do. So you do your corner, and then you chain your 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you go into the first chain space. Then you do your 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So single crochet. Then you single crochet in here. Now this is where it gets a little different. You chain 2, then you do a single in this next one. So you did your corner, you did chain 4, single, chain 5, single, and then you do a single, chain 2 and a single in here, and then we're chaining 2 again, and then you're folding this over. Okay, so this is actually on your hoodie, this is on your garment, but I'm just showing it to you without it being on. So you chain 2, you single crochet, chain 2, and then fold this over. Now we're going to be joining these 2 sides together. So you're going to go into this first chain space. You're going to go into this first chain space, so the chain 2 that you had made over there. Okay, so that's the one you're going to go into there with a single crochet. And you're going to chain 2, and you're going to come into this one here. Then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to go into the next one over here, the next open one. And this is all the same now as you usually do. Come back into this one, chain 2, go into this one, chain 2, and then you do your corner. 1, 2, 3, and a single in this one's corner. Chain 1, and then your corner in here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it should be looking like that, and then you can finish your square like that, and then that's how you do this part when it's folded over. Okay, so it's very simple. As I say, you did your corner, your chain 4, single, chain 5, single in here. Then you just did your chain 2. I'll just go through this again with you. Then you just did chain 2, and you single crocheted in the next chain space, chain 2, and then you're actually coming into this one. So you're folding it over, and you're going into there for your first one. Then you chain 2, and you come back into this one. Okay, and then you're just working like that. Then you're going back into this one. Whoops. And into this one. And then just keep doing it as I showed you. So I just wanted to go through that with you over here, because that's pretty important, and the footage I had wasn't too clear, so I just wanted to do that with you again so you can see exactly how to do it. 3 and then 1. Now we've got to come into this corner, 1, and then finish this one's corner. 1, 2, 3, and then just work down 1, 2, 3, 4 to the bottom of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then finish this one off. Oops. And this should be together now, like that. And that's the middle part of your motif. Now we've just got to put these 2 in. So now we've got to put one in that comes here and here, and this is also going to be sewn together at the top. So you want to get your next motif, and once again go up to your first corner. Now this one, whoops, is going to be attached onto here, okay, and then when we put our other one on, we'll be joining the other 2 over here. So put this one on here. So you got your corner, put this in here, and this one is your basic one, like we have been doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to attach it over there, and then I'm going to attach it up here. Just 2 places, there and there, and then I'll do it regularly here, and then when I do the last one, I'll meet you again. Alright, so now your hat should be looking like this, and this is what it looks like on the other side. Okay, so now all that you have to do is put your last motif in over here. So you're going to put it in over here, here, this doesn't have one, and over here. So you want to begin off, you're going to have, because you need your this whole one, you need a whole one here. So this side you can finish off on this side, because this doesn't need a whole one. So you'll have to start off over here. So you start off in this corner. The corner, this can be open, so you're starting off on this corner here. And yeah, then you just do this corner the way you do, and then your hoodie is on correctly. So as I say, if you're not too sure what I'm doing, just watch the video again and just be sure that you've got yours placed the way I have. The only part that's really a little bit tricky is that middle part, this where we folded it over. That's the only tricky part, but the rest is the same. As I say, this one just gets put in over here. This is the opening here, and this just comes on here, that goes on there, and that goes on there, and that's your hoodie over there facing in like that. Yeah, and then that's it. So then we want to do, I'm going to do a border around mine and at the bottom, and I will show you what I'm doing on mine. So to get this done, and then we'll do the border. Alright, so to make our borders, we're going to make a very simple border, and this is what it looks like. Very simple sleeve border, double crochet with reverse single crochet in the light pink. So we're going to be doing that. This is the first sleeve, and I'll show you how to do it. As I say, I'm just keeping it really simple. You're going to take your dark color and just do double crochets. Okay, so you're going to start where your sleeve is, where you've got it under the arm, right over here. So this is where you're going to start, and you're going to just start with double crochet. So you're going to start with a chain 3, so right in here, and you're going to do a chain 3 for your first double crochet. Now what I'm really doing is I'm doing chain 2s in here, so not chain 2, I'm doing 2 double crochets in each of these, and then 1 in here. Now work with yours and do the same thing on each sleeve. You know, I did 2 in each of these chain spaces, and then 1 where I had the chain 3s. So do the same thing on each of your sleeves. So I can see here I did 2 in here, so I'll do 1, 2 in here, and 2 in here. One, 2, and then I did 1 in each of these. 1. There's no set law here, and then 2 in each of these chain spaces. You just want them generally equal. Yeah, and that's all that we're doing. It's a real simple border, and I'm just doing it because it doesn't really need a fancy border. It's got a lot going on in the garment itself, so it doesn't need something that's really extravagant. So yeah, 2 doubles. So yeah, just 2 doubles in each of the chain spaces. And then in your, by your chain 3s, we just do 1 in each. So for example here, it's just going to be 1 in each. You just don't want your, you don't want this pulling too much, and you don't want it to be too loose. See, so now I'm doing 1 in each of these. Now when you get to this chain space, I'm doing 2 in each. And then 2 in here. You can see here, I did 2 in there and then 2 in here. Whatever you do, if you want to just do 1 in each of those, you can. But whatever you do, do the same thing. So you could do 1 there and then 2 in here, but just do the same thing on your other sleeve so that you have much the same amount of double crochet. So however many you did on your one sleeve, be sure that you have the same amount on your other sleeve. And yeah, so just go ahead and do that, and then I'll meet you and show you how to do the last round. Alright, so I've got the same amount of double crochets as I have on my other sleeve, and I've done my last one. Now I'm going to come into the top chain that I had made, and I'm going to do a slip stitch, but I'm going to bring my next color through because I want to change colors now. I'm just going to bring this one through. Okay, now I'm going to be doing reverse single crochet, which means we're going to be going backwards. Alright, so instead of doing single crochet forward, we're going backwards. So you're just going to go into the stitch backwards, bring up your yarn, and go through. It's exactly the same as single crochet but backwards. Go into this stitch like that, bring up your loop and go in there. So there's your stitch, go in. If you want to just do a regular single crochet, you can. Go into your stitch and just do single crochet. Okay, so you just go into your stitch, bring up a loop. There's a bit of a knack to it. If you do it fairly loosely, it's not really hard. Go into your stitch and do your single crochet, and that's all that we're going to do for your sleeve. Okay, you kind of have to hold your stitch. So watch, I'm holding it there. There's my, I'm going in there while I'm holding this, and I'm catching it there. I'm still holding this stitch so it doesn't go off. I'm actually holding it the whole way, and just do your stitch like that, and that's all that we're doing. So you can do that all the way around, and then your sleeve border is done. So do that and I'll meet you for the rest. Alright, so now for the bottom of our top, we're going to do the same thing as we did for our sleeves. This is where you're going to have to determine for yours. If you want to bring yours in a lot, you can do less double crochets. If you don't want to bring yours in a lot, you can do more. So I'm going to try mine with 2 doubles in each of these chain spaces, 1 in each of these, and 2 in here, 2 in here, and 2 in here. Okay, and then 1, 1, 2 in each of these. Okay, so I'm doing 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here, and 2 in each of these, and then just 1 and 1 here. Now that should be the fine, because that's what I did for my sleeves, and my sleeves are fine. They're not pulling, and they're not too, it's not too much on my sleeves, and it's not too little. It's perfect on my sleeves, so I'm thinking it's going to be fine on here. You're going to have to play with yours. Now when you're coming around here, it should be fine as well. Just see if it brings yours in too much. Play with yours. You might do every second one with 3. So example, you might do 2 in here, 3 in here, 2 in here, 3 in here. Just work with yours. You know, it's the same concept as we did with our sleeves, so I'm not going to do it with you. You can do it for yourself, and then I will show you what mine looks like. But as I say, it's exactly the same concept. Play with yours. You can do yours, as I say, you could do 2, 2, and then 3, 2, 2, and then 3. You know, it just depends. Work with yours and make it the way you want yours. If you want yours looser, do 3 in each. Or you know, however you want to. That's how you're going to do. If you want it to come in really tight, I think 1 in each is going to be bringing it in a very tight. So I probably wouldn't suggest that. 2 is going to be your best, but depending on what look you want. So I'm going to go ahead with, like I did my sleeve, 2 in each, and then 1 in each of these, but 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. So I'm going to do that, and then I will meet you back and show you what mine looks like. Alright, so once you've put all your double crochets on the bottom of your top, have a look and see if you're happy with the way it's brought it in. I'm happy with mine. As I say, it worked well on my sleeve, just doing 2 in every chain space, and then as I showed you here, mine's great. So if you are, just slip stitch to the top and then do reverse single crochet that way, unless you want to do just single crochet the regular way, and then the bottom of your top is done. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to meet you back and we'll work on our hoodie. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back for the hoodie. Alright, so the bottom of my top looks like that, and it worked perfect for the bottom of my top. Now I'm going to try the same thing with my hoodie. Here you can see you're going to have a lot more of the 2, 2, 2s. I'm going to have 2 there. I'll be having 2 there, 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 and then 2s over here. So this whole corner is a bunch of 2s. I'm going to go ahead and try that and just do the same concept with all of mine like we've been doing with the sleeves and the bottom. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and do that and I'll meet you back now. Alright, so that works perfectly, doing the same situation here as we've done on our sleeves and on the bottom. It works perfectly, and it's worked out perfectly here, just doing your 2 exactly the same way. So yeah, go ahead and do it that way. Unless you've done it a different way, then just follow the way you've done it. Whichever way you've done the bottom and the top, follow that way, because obviously that's the way it's working for your garment. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do my reverse single crochet, and then my top is complete. Then you just want to go and sew all your threads in, and your top should be done. Okay, now if you find that just this part is too wide for you on this square, instead of doing 2 in each of these, go ahead and just do 1. You don't have to do 2 in each of these, just 1 in each, and that'll bring this part in a little bit. It depends on what you want. I don't really mind mine a little wider here, but it's up to you. So you can change yours and make it, or just do 1 and then 2, 1, 2. Same thing here. If you don't want to do 2 in each of these, just alternate it, but play with yours and work yours out according to the style that you like. But yeah, so just do yours according to the style. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in my next lesson. Thanks so much. Bye.